The current tragic event in Syria comes as a confirmation of an assumption we made a couple of years ago when starting a project on the influence of change in society in the Arab Muslim world towards the political situation and development. And this assumption was that the change would be easier if there were no strong geopolitical implications. And in fact, what happened in North Africa showed that change could develop, could take place without strong geopolitical implication, while the events in Syria show that external actors and external interests are so powerful that a change easily turns into civil war. This was not the only assumption we made when we started the project. The first assumption we made, in fact, was that we were witnessing a strong societal change in different respects of the Arab Muslim societies. And this societal dynamics were confronted with political immobility. And again, North Africa was a very interesting case study. We made this assumption, I must underline, before the events of the so-called Arab Spring. We thought that sooner or later the tension between societal dynamics and political mobility would turn into a crisis. We did not expect that we would be proven right so soon. In few months, the events in Tunisia, then in Egypt, proved that we were right in considering this is a priority case study. We divided the societal change in 5 areas, which is religion, migration and demography, the role of women, and the role of internet, and finally the role of the people, the small and medium enterprises. When I say way, is meant to mean that the initiative came from the IAI, from the Istituto Affari Internazionali, which was joined in this endeavor by the Brookings Institution in Washington, and then by the European University Institute in Florence. Concerning this last institution, was of particular value the participation of Professor Olivier Roy, possibly the best expert on Islam and religion that exists today in Europe. The project analyzed not only the dynamics of the events in the region, North Africa, and namely in Egypt, Libya and Tunisia, but also to Western responses. Our analysis of the Western responses is very sober, occasionally somber, in the sense that the West has a very limited leverage on the developments in the area. The limited leverage comes from objective and subjective reasons. The objective reason is that the uprisings are an endogenous phenomenon. Did not happen under external influence. It was endogenously generated. The second reason for limited leverage is that currently the West is experiencing many problems, particularly in the economic field, and so has limited instruments. The combination of this shows that we have to be very selective and very wise in choosing the best way to act in a way that allows for change, develop in the sense that is not hostile to the West. Possibly a third reason of limited leverage is that the West tends to be too much focused on the short term. These are events that since I said at the beginning that are determined by societal change, these are events that require time for the change to happen. So we believe, and this is the conclusion of the book, that the Western countries, including Europe and including Italy, should be able to develop strategies that have a long-term horizon.